third. Were you told by the Browns they're taking you at 94?
I don't know. We'll leave that up to mystery.
Dylan, I know there was this clip going around from you in college talking about you like playing in nice weather, climate-controlled elements.
Well, I hear you there. I'll say this. This is what's tough about right now, right? Like in this day and age, a clip is a clip, yet it was a fun interview full of a bunch of questions. So I'm glad you asked that question. But we decided to clip certain things that maybe could get more views than other, clips within that video. I just challenge everyone to watch the full video, and not just watch one clip.
Dylan, going through the draft process, the biggest criticism was your size. What do you have to say to those critics say that you might not be big?
I have nothing to say to the critics. For me, everyone has an opinion and is right to have their own opinion and can speak in how they feel. But for me, like I said, I'm simple, I'm focused. I got goals I want to accomplish. I would not be here if I listened to other people. So for me, it's listening to the right people, coaches, getting better every single day. And controlling what you can is when you get in between those white lines, dominating the moment, maximizing the moment, being present.
You said, one last thing.
Yep.
You said the day you were drafted, we talked to you on the phone, and you said I've never been not a starter. So is your mindset that you can be the starter early?
I think it's so early, for me. I said that in the sense that I only know one way to prepare. I only know one way to work, and that is as the starter. I've played a bunch of ball and have a lot of experience, so I'm going to use that to my advantage. But for the most part, I can't say that right now. I got to continue to dominate the moment and have great practices. As you build upon that, I still look forward to meeting my new teammates, the vets on Monday. So I think that'll be a question down the road. But I think every day I approach is like I'm going to go get that rep. And, I live it like that.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks, Chris.
How's everybody doing?
What did you think of your first day on the field yesterday?
I think there's a lot of stuff in person I can work on, but overall as a team, I think we came out great energy.
Too much Mac clutter?
Fast and being very efficient.
So Shedeur, Tom Brady talked about sending you a message after the draft. So what did you take away from that? His advice to you.
That was it. My story is gonna be similar. I was a late round draft pick, but we're here now, so none of that stuff matters. That just mattered on the day, and I'm just excited to be here and ready to work.
I know it's early, but have you been able to gravitate towards someone, attach yourself to someone in this building in your time here already?
Yeah, I say it's only really rookies in the building right now, and all of them real cool, and they got great personalities. So I'm glad to have that team bonding, that team chemistry back, being, on your own with pro day and with the combine and everything is more individual for that. So being around that team environment, I'll say, is the best right now.
Shedeur, not many rookies or draft picks have the opportunity to have the President of the United States going to bat for you in the middle of the draft. So what was that like for you?
Oh no, I was truly thankful. I was truly thankful for it. Including him, there was a lot of fans, a lot of people in barber shops, a lot of hairstylists. There's a lot of just uh, fans, of me and of my craft and of my family that was there to support. So I was just thankful that I have that foundation overall, just as people, and we all could come together as one.
Shedeur, you have incredible popularity. You're just starting your career and immensely popular. Why do you think that is?
Why do you think?
You're likable.
Well, yeah, like that. I guess that's what it is. I just be myself every day. I can't control what's external. I can only control what's internal.
But with that, Shedeur, how do you block all that stuff out and be a football player?
By doing what my dad raised me to do since I was like 5 years old. I seen it. I seen what he was able to do, and I have a lot of great resources and mentors. To keep me on the right track, and especially coming in this building, we have great coaches in the building, able to keep me focused, keep me in a straight and narrow line.
What's the balance between knowing you're competing and wanting to be the starter here for a long time, but also being right here, just getting started?
Well, of course it's day by day. I just find something I want to perfect and just perfect it to the best of my abilities, and that's all I really focus on, and just being there, just being a leader, being a great teammate, doing what I need to do whenever it is. So I'm just thankful for an opportunity. Things could have been a lot worse, but I'm here smiling in front of you all at this facility right now.
Shedeur, what's your interactions been like with Dylan since you guys have gotten into the building together?
Cool, normal. Yeah, it's been normal. He's a real cool guy overall. Yeah, you could tell he's he always have a great mood. He's always in a good mood. I only been around him 2 days though, but he always have a great mood. But overall, I could tell he's a pretty good person.
Shedeur, how do you come in here, just from a mental standpoint, your approach? Fifth round pick, they did draft Dylan 2 rounds in front of you, and you come into basically a 4-man quarterback competition for
Yeah,
potentially a starting job in your rookie year.
I just feel like in life and everything, it's just me versus me. I can't control any other decision besides that. So I just try to be my best self at all times.
Shedeur, can you talk about the community work you've done so far here since you've gotten to Cleveland?
Yeah, so typically every state I go to, um, I don't really be on like social like that. I got people that just run it for me and stuff. So like what I find fun and interesting, and it's a lot of just I don't know, it's just joy to me. It's just going to those high schools, middle schools, and just engaging with the younger kids, because they minds not corrupted of other people's opinions. So that's why I find joy and happiness going to different schools and being able just to talk to them and see the joy on their face, um, because they followed the journey. So even through everything, whenever it was going crazy, wild, negative, everything, my happiness was going there. So that's what I always resort to. I always like send pizza to their school, like show them like that I'm still able to connect with them. They still able to connect with me, and eventually I was supposed to get on the game with them also, but I don't have my game out here right now.
So that was the plan, regardless of the slide, right? You come right.
Yeah,
Wanted to,
all you gotta do is just look it up. You'll see the history. I don't do anything for PR. I don't do anything because anywhere I go, cameras will come. So it's not really nothing I typically try to do. It's just my life and just what it came with.
Shedeur, it seems like you have really kept your head up, you've kept your spirits up.
Hmm.
You always have a smile on your face, even in the wake of tumbling to the fifth round of the draft. So, how have you been able to do that? I mean, you just didn't let this take you
Yeah.
down.
I mean, you just gotta step back and look at life. Like you're in a great situation overall that you're able to be healthy. That's one thing going through. Even with my brother going through an injury and my pops and everybody in the family, like you value life and you value opportunity and just waking up every day a different way. So that's kind of why it's nothing for me to really, no matter what in any situation, I can't really be phased by it. You know, it's like playing quarterback. You go down there, you may have not scored the whole game or whatever, but then when it gets to that final 2 minutes and it's time to lock in extra, you can't be in your feelings. You can't um be down about anything. You know, you still got another chance.
You said the kids, you like the kids because their minds aren't corrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Corrupted as in like they don't other people's opinion of you, like they go based off their own, you know, so they don't have 99% of hatred is, you know, towards Pops. And then I'm just his son. So it really just comes from from that. And I told him that too. But, you know, it just comes from him. But then, you know, they didn't grow up in an era to where, you know, they watched them play, so they don't have anything too much negative, whether they say flashy, this, that. Like it's the older generation that do it to me rather than the younger people. Because when come in person, there's no negativity I see, but it's all over online. So that's why I say I like going in person and actually meeting them. And any questions they have, I say just ask me whatever question you want. Pick any question. No filter, no anything.
I know.
Then they,
I know.
one
Sorry.
second, I got you. But yeah, that's what they say, and then I just answer whatever they need me to answer. But the most question they asked me was just like, how is it mentally going through all this? And I just told them it's just like playing quarterback, so I can't be phased by it.
I know your dad in the pre-draft process had said, like, with everything you've dealt with attention and scrutiny, that you're very well prepared, in his opinion, to take on everything that comes with being in the NFL. Just what has that been like, I guess, throughout your life, and how has he helped you navigate that, especially these last few years?
I say definitely he gave us the spotlight to be able to do that, so he gave us the opportunity. That's all you can ask for in anybody's job and anybody's profession is just an opportunity, give a chance. The rest after that is on you. So I'm taking every snap out there. You know, I'm getting up after these hits. I'm doing throwing touchdowns. I'm doing, um, you know, they gotta live it day by day. So that's all he gave us was the opportunity, and we had to navigate and see what we like about. And that's why I study people. Honestly, I study people, see how they handle certain things, see what they do, see different people's tendencies when it's going on. So you won't ever really be able to tell, you know, when I'm frustrated and when I'm not feeling good or anything because I watch even self-reflecting, you know, years, even like even just on sidelines and stuff, you know, I feel like I could have handled better situations. Um, because it was misunderstood by the mass, but I understood. But you know, I don't want anybody to form negative opinions, you know, about me, and it's something I could change. So I just took that type of leadership ability within myself to not give that vibe off or not give off that different type of aesthetic of negativity.
Go ahead.
When you say watching people, like, do you just mean like in general, or teammates, or
No,
other
watching
quarterbacks? Like,
watching people is like other successful people. It's not just the position. I say it's just everybody in life because like people in life they go through uh different challenges, but it's similar. So if it's a financial guy and his business is crashed or something, like how is he throughout those moments? You know, like is he frantic? Like is he out of character? So that's why whenever you seen the draft and all that stuff happen, and everything was live. So I was normal and I'm normal throughout everything because all it is what's the next step. So I was just thinking, you know, what's next?
About that, you know, when
We're gonna take 3 more.
when you got that phone call, your family friend book said that you kind of just let it roll right off your back. You went throwing the football right after.
Yeah.
Where does that mindset come from?
Well, I jumped in the pool. But I don't even try to think about that day because I got practice, you know, so all that stuff was cool for that time. But now, you know, I got practice. I got to learn the playbook. So
Can you see how it would be?
Just where are you at?
we're on day 2.
How's it different compared to Colorado and Jackson State?
Well, of course, it's the league, so you know it's longer, of course. But learning, I feel like I'm on track. Like how you feel like any day 2 system.
Can you see how we gonna hit Jimmy, Kmart, and then Ray K? Can you see how it would be hard for someone like Dylan to share a quarterback room with you, given all of your popularity?
I just live in my own perspective. I don't live in other people's perspective of how somebody would feel over anything. You know, I don't feel any type of way as a person in anybody's situation. Like if it's something I like, it's something I respect it. Like I don't have any type of negativity or hate in my thought process. So I don't know how to answer that question truthfully.
Shedeur, you had said things could have been worse. You're
Mhm.
healthy, you're blessed, you're happy to be here.
Mhm.
But as a guy who, even people in this building, other places have said you don't have day three talent. So, what's the mindset now as far as the opportunity that's in front of you, as far as proving the type of NFL quarterback you could be?
I mean, thank you for saying that because I don't like my job here isn't to prove people wrong. Like I prove myself right. That's and I fully have self belief, and what those people say that's just their opinion. So I don't truly care. They don't really live in my mental space about that type of stuff. It really doesn't do anything for me.
Shedeur, hopefully end up with kind of a fun one here, and that is the Cavs showed you some love and some support throughout
Yeah.
this process. And just wondering, have you caught Cavs fever a little bit? What do you think of Donovan Mitchell? And do you think you can get yourself down to one of these games and join in on some of the fun?
Yeah. So of course I want to go to the game, but I gotta, of course, bring some teammates with me. So we're gonna see. Hopefully they make it down the stretch, and then we'll be able to catch one. With a lot of teammates. A lot of stuff for me don't excite me anymore personally. So like I like having an atmosphere like friends, family, around, and being able to share the same experience with them. So I haven't really. I seen they won yesterday. I seen they won yesterday. Uh, but like I said, I was focused on the playbook. I couldn't even watch the game. So that was pretty much it. But no, I respect everything they're doing, and the downtown, the poster is real nice on there. That's really cool. And yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
I know you couldn't get two, but did you take 12 just because of the grade? Everyone's wondering why you took 12. Can you kind of explain that, or what happened?
Why I took number 12? Um, it was the best available number for me. That's it.
Will you try to buy two from DeAndre?
Nah, I'm not trying to buy anything. My signing bonus ain't that high right now. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
We all are excited for him, elated for him, and of course, we support Shador in everything that he does, right? So, how y'all doing on this Saturday? This wasn't an official live stream. Hey, welcome to the live stream, y'all. I just wanted to give us some content today because a lot of times we'll see this stuff in other places and I don't have my own footage. So I just wanted to catch it. I hope that y'all are having a good Saturday. I'm in the middle of my Saturday activities. But I am happy that a couple of y'all, about 30 of y'all tapped in. So thank you. Hi, Mac and Jennifer, my day ones. It's good to see y'all. It's good to see y'all. Hey, so I say to me, Shador is the unofficial draft pick. Everybody knows he should have went number one, and he surely should not have gone in the fifth round. But however, we will take that number 44. So I'm gonna come back later at a later time and break down the number 144 for us, and we'll see just how special that 144 is. So were they meant for bad or evil, we're gonna take all the good that comes with it. So 144 is not a bad number, 12 is not a bad number. We're gonna break down those numbers because they mean something, you guys. Hey, so let me go. Welcome, Peter D. Supernatural. Thank you for being here. Miss Aretha, look at y'all checking in today. Welcome. Thank y'all for joining me. I know the trolls are trolling. Oh, shalom, brother. Son of Yahweh. The trolls are trolling. So I did adjust the chat a little longer than 20 minutes today because I didn't need all that over here. If you love Shedeur and you support Shedeur, this is the place for you. If you support Coach Prime and all of our nephews who are doing great things and our nieces who are doing great things, this is the place for you. If you happen to be listening to me for the first time, I am Discerning Goddess, and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I don't talk about football and the aspects of the technicality of the game, but I do like to show up and discuss the people, our players, our nephews, the staff, and anything that's football adjacent. So if you want to stay in the know, if you want to know what's going on, you are in the right place. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Thank you all so much for being here today. 12 times 12 is 144. That is correct. Let me tell you something. Everything can be wrong in this world, but math never is wrong, okay? What they say? How they say it, a woman can be wrong, a man can be wrong, but the numbers are always right. Listen, there's nothing wrong with 144. There's nothing wrong with 12. Hopefully the brother that's wearing 2, he make it look good. So we're not gonna trip over numbers. We are not gonna trip over numbers. At first, he did. He handled that interview like a what? Pro. He did not disappoint, Miss Aretha. Did we expect anything less? Let's be honest. When it comes to Shedeur's interview at the presser that he just held, did we expect anything less? Okay, no matter what mainstream media might portray, no matter what mainstream media might portray and gaslight the world when it comes to this young man and his image and his capabilities and how he presents himself, we know Shedeur to be what? A great young man, right? We know him to be intelligent, articulate, even keeled, all of that. He's not what those people say he is. So we knew he was going to show up and be his civilized self. That's what we know of our nephew. I don't know what they trying to say. They don't know him to even speak about him the way they do. He needs to sell himself now. He got it. He knows what's up. Yeah, he listen, when you have trained your child, when you have molded your child, mentored your children, if there comes a time when we have to trust everything that we have put into them, that when they are out away from us, that they know what to do and how to do it, right? You know, the word says train a child up in the way that they should go and they won't depart from it. So as parents, we have to have faith, right? That what God put in us to pour into them, that it is now going to activate. And this is the time we get to see not just Shedeur thrive as a man and away from the nest, but Shiloh as well, and the rest of our nephews who have all been chosen, drafted, undrafted free agents, as well as invited. This is the time it's up to them to tap into everything that has been poured into them by Coach Prime, the coaching staffs, their parents, and everybody around them that supports them. And we believe that God does have favor over their lives. So we get to sit back and watch and support and watch it all come into fruition. Watch it manifest the goodness of it. Watch the fruit that Coach Prime bear. Watch the fruit that the parents bear. They have planted the seeds over all these years, and now we get to see what good comes from that. They say a bad apple spoils the bunch, but we don't have any bad apples over here. We're about to see what fruit is going to bear from the tree of Coach Prime and his that's going to build and create his legacy, because they did try to attack. They attacked his legacy. Come here, baby. They attacked his legacy. Come here, boy. I have a runaway baby. I'm sorry. They attacked his. All of this was to attack Coach Prime's legacy. Lay down. And the wealth the wealth track of his family. And they did that, but it didn't work. Okay, we plan and God plans, and He is the best of planners. Let me see. 414 said, as a man, I appreciate the young man's confidence, self awareness, and intelligence and realness. Absolutely. He did not shake, nor did he waver. You know, they gonna ask him all kind of questions. Somebody asked him, what do you mean by I'm gonna have to go back. Okay, later. I'm gonna have to what did they ask him? That somebody asked him something crazy. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna readdress the whole video, you guys. And he said the Buccaneers have something special with Shiloh as well. Absolutely. I've been in contact with a few of the Buccaneer, the alum, and Tampa is excited to have Shiloh here in Central Florida. So y'all, it's going to be a great day to be a part of history and watching these young men thrive in their dream. Most of all, we could talk about football, we could talk about anything, but the mere fact is that they were raised to go in a certain direction and they had a dream to be great and to cross the threshold into a certain industry, and they did. So we are witnessing all of them, Shiloh, Shedeur, Jimmy, LaJonte, every single one of these nephews, all of them experience their dream. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I'm not gonna hold y'all. You know I don't come live on Saturday. I don't come live on Saturday. I'll be having things to do. So y'all, but I will be back next week to readdress this press conference, and we're gonna look at it line by line and clip by clip for Shedeur. And if I haven't already told you guys, I love you for being here. I love you for your support. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a blessed day.